So it's kind of difficult for me to talk about what happened yesterday without talking about what specifically happened last night. So the only thing that's really appropriate here is to try and rip off the Band-Aid about this. Let me get one thing straight. I love watching football. I really and truly do. I grew up playing football. Wasn't very good at it, but, I still played it. I've been watching football pretty much my entire life, whether I wanted to or not. I even think about football all the time during the off season because I just love the sport so much, and it always pains me that even after the Super Bowl, it has to end for 6 months at least. But with as much love I have for this sport, I know for a fact there are risks. I knew what some of those risks are back when I played football. Every single player that walks on that field knows exactly what they are risking. Football is a very dangerous and very aggressive sport. It is. It provides so many opportunities for a person. It helps them build character. It helps them stay in shape. It helps them stay competitive. It brings people together. But at the end of the day, it can be about as aggressive as it got last night. To the point where number 3 of the Buffalo Bills, Darnell Hamlin, was in critical condition. He just got up and he immediately fell, and they had to perform CPR for 9 minutes. It was just so sad. I'm not entirely surprised at all that they decided to end the game then and there. And it's, all throughout yesterday, I had a foreboding feeling regarding the game last night. But I never in a million years would have expected this. Here I am worried that the Bills are going to lose. And in the beginning, that looked like that was what was going to happen. Because the Bengals were winning 7-3. But, it's only about, in the second quarter, 5:58 in the second quarter, something like that. Or actually, I think it was like in the first quarter, actually. The Bills got plenty of time to fix this. And then you get what happened. So, of course, all positive thoughts go to to Darnell Hamlin's family and to both the Bills and Bengals organizations for everything that happened last night. That's something that we never want to see. And yet, for the sport we love so much, unfortunately, that's the standard. It isn't exactly what I would consider a great standard, but it is what it is. In a perfect world, no one would ever get hurt playing football. But even I know all too well that it happens. So, needless to say, I mean, from what I hear, he's just I believe he's in critical condition. He has a pulse, but he's having difficulty breathing on his own, which can only mean something so horrible. I mean, I know what it means. I'd rather not say what it is. Sorry, I have an itch in my eye. Excuse me. At the end of the day, all we can really do is try and move on. And the other thing that was happening too was what Skip Bayless tweeted, where basically he was talking about, as tragic as it is, how are they gonna, yeah, they stopped the game, but what does that mean for the season going forward? Listen, I don't personally have a problem with what Skip Bayless tweeted so much as when he tweeted it. He should have waited at least 24 hours to do that, as opposed to just doing it immediately when it happened. Because eventually the ramifications really are really going to rear their head regarding them suspending the game last night. But again, it's not what he tweeted, it's just when he tweeted it. So for now, I'm just gonna hope and pray for Darmel Hamlin's safety. May he be doing well. May his family be doing well. And again, all we can do is move on. I'll be honest, I was about ready to talk about not only last night's game, but America's Got Talent All Stars. In fact, I actually have my notes in front of me right now regarding last night's episode of America's Got Talent All Stars. I almost don't feel comfortable talking about it. But I have to. Especially for what happened in the game last night was my low. Watching America's Got Talent All Stars was my high. Oh, by the way, my act of kindness was helping set up the table and clear the table after dinner. Before and after dinner. Set the table before dinner, clear the table after dinner. That's what I did. So, happy Tuesday, everyone. Seriously, I was so stoked to mention the fact I'm wearing the flannel again. I always wear the flannel around this time of year, and I wore this blue one because Tuesday Blues Day. I can't even be that excited about that anymore. But I gotta try. Because pretty much anyone who saw the game last night is already freaking out about what happened. Maybe talking about America's Got Talent, because it's likely you were channel surfing between both the game and AGT. I was in the beginning. So, let's do it. I said before that America's Got Talent All Stars might as well be champion season 3. I don't know why they're not calling it champion season 3, but you know what? I respect Terry Crews, and I respect the judges. They know what they're doing. And man, it was great seeing Terry Crews host AGT again. It always is. He's the reason why I started watching Champions, and why I started talking about AGT in general. So, seeing Terry Crews be his awesome Terry Crews-ness, that is, his awesome Terry Crews-ness. Wow, have I reached Wow, have I reached a new low? So seeing him host again, that was awesome. It was so weird. Like, there's only 3 judges. What happened to Sophia? I'm sure she's probably doing something right now. I don't know. But it was great seeing Howie, Heidi, and Simon. Which sounds like the name of like a trio from a children's story. Howie, Howie, and Simon. Howie, Howie, and Simon. Howie, Howie, and Simon. That's how the tongue twister, actually. But it was great. And just like the format of Champions, you're going to get about 50 acts. 10 acts per night. And only 2 move on, including whoever the golden buzzer is. The other is by the superfans. So I don't even need to say that seeing a lot of these acts, especially acts that I had seen in previous years, seeing them do their thing again, it was just so awesome. And a few acts I'd never seen before, like Terry Fader and Leo's Shiamantov. And, yeah. So, it was great seeing, I mean, you guys know me, I love puppets, so Terry Fader was great. Let's talk about the one person I actually kind of wanted to see move on, but didn't. And that was Alan Silva, the aerialist who lost in the top 5 a couple years ago. I wanted to see him go on, but in the end, I'm kind of glad that it was the Bello sisters. Here's the thing. If it had been either the Bello sisters or Alan Silva that moved on, in the perfect world, they both would have moved on. But, yeah. I mean, the Bello sisters always, because when the Bello sisters made it to the finale, they weren't able to, go to where the actual America's Got Talent stage is because of, the pandemic, because of COVID. So they had to do theirs virtually, which it was a very beautiful performance, don't get me wrong. But I do have to agree, had they actually been there, would they have won? So if nothing else, I would say that getting it this far for the Bell sisters and, winning, that's got to provide some sort of closure. I mean, now they actually have to win it all, but only time will tell. But let's talk about the Golden Buzzer winner, who I knew was going to be the Golden Buzzer winner the instant, the act walked on stage. Partly because I know who this act is, but also because of the situation behind the act in question. And it was Light Balance Kids. They're a dance group that wears a special, black suits and equipment in the dark, and it all lights up, and it looks so lifelike and real, and it's a light show. One of the best light shows you'll probably ever see. And I just mentioned that they're from the Ukraine. There's a war going on in the Ukraine right now, which is absolutely horrible. I don't like any of that at all. So naturally, as soon as I heard this, I'm like, okay, these guys are going to get the Golden Buzzer. And sure enough, they got it. But to their credit, it was very much well deserved. Because that was one of the best light dance shows I've ever seen in my life. I mean, because the way they do their dance routines, it's literally as if it's telling a story. And the story begins with 2 kids at an arcade. They walk up to one of the arcade machines. The arcade machine transforms into a giant robot, and it sucks the 2 kids up into video game world. It's awesome. I'm like, okay, that's awesome storytelling right there. And yeah, they deserve the Golden Buzzer. Although I'm watching this with my dad and my mom last night, and it was my dad who pointed out, okay, especially because he mentioned this after the Bella sisters had their performance. I'm like, let's say that they move on to the finale. How are they going to top what they did? Who knows? I mean, we got to wait until probably, because, wait, this is only, so, yesterday was the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, the 3rd, the 9th, the 16th, 23rd, and the 30th. So it's going to be the beginning of February, at least, before we see what happens next. But I'm really looking forward to it. I think we're going to be in, I'm so glad I watched America's Got Talent All Stars last night. I'm just sad about the game. Hopefully, things work themselves out. And I truly hope that, number 3 of the Bills makes a recovery. And quite frankly, here's the thing. I actually gotta get going. I'm running very late right now. I actually seriously, I lost so much sleep, I woke up at like 6:30. I never wake up at 6:30. I usually wake up much earlier than that. Or maybe I'm fighting something. I just need the extra sleep. Anyway, I should move on. I hope y'all liked this video, and if you did like, subscribe to my YouTube channel, follow me on social media. As always, I'm very home this video. For all of you guys watching, enjoy today. Hope you have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Tuesday. And remember, if any of you guys want to talk, the channel always going to be here to lend you in. I'll always be back. Take care and make good choices. 607 all day, baby.